solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Thought that you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You guys, from now on, if the intro plays more than once, it means Revenge of the Space Buns. Much like the last time. Why do I never learn? I was minding my own business for, probably an hour before it was time to go live. And quite naturally, I decide that when I run in to do a little lipstick touch up, right after I pushed the intro to start, well, I saw one little tiny hair that was bothering me. So against my better judgment, I was like, let me just fix that. Which led to me taking both of them. I unwound both of them and tried to, hold on. Okay. Tried to get those like right now. Okay, that. If I can just, okay. I'm not touching anything else. It's all it takes. You just touch one thing and it all goes to hell. So from now on, if the intro plays more than once, you can just assume that you're going to see yours truly in Space Buns. What's the date today? The 9th. Oh God, 5 more days until I get my hair done. And it is, it's at that stage that's driving me crazy. How's your weekend? Everybody doing good? Did you guys do we have any lip readers in the house? Was anyone able to decipher what the hell I was saying this morning? Oh my God. My video this morning was going much like Bullhorn Betty's lawsuit is. Nowhere fast. Like what? Oh my God. And let me just, in case you're here for that, I don't want to keep you here under false pretenses because I have no earthly idea what her latest abomination. I don't get it. I'm not going to pretend to get it. I don't understand any of it. Neither does she. And I'm not going to waste my time. Like, I'm just not. I honestly, I mean, we've watched this just get progressively more and more cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and further and further and further and further away from what it is supposed to be about. And I don't speak Betty. My mind functions just fine. So therefore I cannot understand what I think I got about maybe 4 pages in and was like, what? And Burnt Toast and Tiger Talks and so many others have done a fantastic job trying to play Where's Waldo with whatever it is that her convoluted, twisted fucking self is poorly attempting to say. I've said before, if I had to take a guess, which is all I can do, I mean, from where I'm sitting in Sanityville, it truly appears that she believes what she lacks in skill, she can make up for with volumes of pages and throwing in citing various cases that, forget about being on point, they're not even in the same fucking galaxy. Like it's bizarre. It is bizarre. And yeah, I'm not about to sit and try and interpret for you what the hell she's trying to say, because I couldn't tell you what she's trying to say. I No earthly idea. And it's to the point where I don't even care anymore. I really don't. I mean, I care for Queen Bee, and I hope that this is that an end is put, like, staunch the bleeding already. My God. Uh so when I say I don't care, I don't mean in that respect. Of course I care for her, and it everything about it is just Betty's just an abusive person. Um as her rap sheet clearly demonstrates. Oh, and her latest postings where I don't know, from where I sit, when you are threatening to either take an action based on attempting to strong arm or extort another person into either doing something that you want or not doing something that they are doing. I mean, I'm sorry, that looks like extortion to me. And it doesn't matter that you just, on the end of the sentence, you throw in there some bullshit about, and of course, I'll do it all legally. You're a bag of shit. You are. You're just a fucking gross shit bag. Bag of shit bag. You're gross. Like, you are one of the most morally depraved fucking people on this platform that I've had in my opinion, that I've had the misfortune to have her come across my bandwidth. I mean, so I'm out of the attempting to understand or explain bullscorn Betty business. Like, I because there's just nothing about anything that she does that I can understand. I don't I don't conduct myself like that. Um so I can't sit here and interpret. It was one thing when the filings, at least, when she was ripping them off from JLR allegedly, at least his thought process is linear, and hers doesn't seem to be so much. I mean, from where I'm sitting, it looks like she's spiraling down to earth, going, a million miles an hour without a helmet. Oh, I love that for her. I really do. But yeah, God, only on YouTube do you spend this much. Does someone you like just have a visceral reaction to, like you're gross? Like, only on YouTube do you spend time with someone like that, even if it is on the peripheral, like we've been doing. And I'm just like, I can't. Oh, get help. Like, you appear to need help, and a lot of it. And while I'm at it, Mike Stevens, before I show you the door, let me see if I've got the screenshots handy. I don't get it. Mike Stevens, Betty's #1 super fan, who I've always let come over here and, do what he does. I'm really not paying attention most of the time, so I couldn't say with complete certainty. I mean, besides the obvious, I'm not sure why he comes here. But Mike, I think I've already told you that, like, don't lie about me. And I got some screenshots of you over in Betty's chat saying that I was mean to you, that I was unkind to you. You better try again. Now, I can't speak for anybody in the chat. But the mods know that I would not condone anyone being hateful or mean to anyone, but you're now being shown the door. And mods, go ahead and put him on. Just get him out of here. If he's here, show him the door. And now you'll really have Mike. Now I am going to be mean to you. Now you can. Well, no, I'm not going to be mean to you, but I'm going to tell you that you're a fucking liar. I was never anything but too gracious to you, because it's my way of trolling you, because you're a troll. You've been trolling me. I've always known you've been trolling me, and me letting you come and sit front row in my chat and put your bullhorns out and, do nothing. But my God, I don't think Betty would even have, well, we'll use the word Bets likes, and we'll use it the way she uses it. Advocate. It's got a D in it. It's advocate. But, when in Rome, yeah, I don't even know that Betty could have advocated for herself quite as vigorously as old Mikey boy has. So it's always kind of been I'm very well aware of what you're doing. And I thought I made it pretty clear what I was doing. I was trolling you back by letting you hang out here. But when you want to go, I'm not sure. I mean, well, I was never mean to you. I was never unkind to you. But now I'm done with you. You're no longer entertaining. And I'm sure the chat's going to be very grateful, because yeah, I'm pretty sure that you stopped being entertaining for them quite a while back. So, Mike, this is where you and I part ways once again. So there you go. Now you do have a story to go take back to Bets. Enjoy, big boy. You can just watch me on your TV if you still want to. I give two shits either way. But bye. Arrivederci. All righty. Well, now that that's over, I'm going to take attendance and say hi to the kids in class. And then, well, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. I got a couple things. Oh, yeah, no, there is something I want to discuss. In fact, my husband and I were talking about it before I came in here. So I'm going to ask you guys and get your take on it. Hey, crazy nurse, how are you? Stitching, bitching, and true crime with Taylor. Happy Saturday. How are you? Hey, B. Ogden. It's nice to see you. Oh, she went on another rager? Okay. Well, if you give me a timestamp, that I'll do. But as far as her brilliant legal work, listen, when it's in a cerebral fashion that I can follow along with the class, let me know. But until such time, there's plenty of other channels that have it well in hand. See, because I can do commentary on her bullshit. I can do that standing on my head, upside down, with my eyes closed, probably in another language if I really, applied myself. But what I'm not willing to do is waste any of my time trying to decipher her fucking very convoluted thoughts. Yeah, no. I don't get paid. I don't get paid enough to do that. I don't get paid at all. Oh, speaking of getting paid, how is that? Oh, how's it? By the way, just in case anyone hasn't seen it, so I don't forget to do this, let me pull this up right now. No Wire Hangers made a brilliant post and I am going to read it just for the benefit of anyone that has not seen it, because it is very, very worth the read. Oh my, just more. Good Lord. Wait a minute. No, I'm too far back. Is there another? Where is that post? Can somebody find? Why am I not seeing that post? Oh, is it this? Yes, this is it. Never mind. I found it. Okay. But let me finish saying hello, and then we'll go through that. Hey, Mint Mama. Oh, I'm gonna make the Christmas crack. I can't wait. It looked divine. By special request, Mitten Mama, I asked her. Did I not silence? Hold on a minute. I asked Mitten Mama. I don't get it. Why is everything? Oh, thank you, ma'am. Let me, I'm going to email that to myself, and then we'll go over it. But yes, I asked Mitten Mama if she had hold on, y'all know I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I asked her if she had a recipe for what people call it different things. Oh, why does it? Is that not a clip? That's a whole video, because it's telling me it's too long to mail it to myself. But if you can get me a timestamp, we'll go over it. But yes, I've asked Mitten Mama if she could make or find a recipe for. I used to make this for my neighbors back in the day, and some of them also made it. So we just kind of trade our own versions of. Now, the one I had was called White Trash. Oh my goodness, isn't that apropos in the neighborhood we're rolling around in? And basically, it's like Chex Mix with, oh God, powdered. You roll it in powdered sugar, and it's got, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. So I asked Mitten Mama if she had, like, maybe because everybody does it slightly different. So she gave me a couple choices, and she made something called Christmas crack. And I've seen a version of this before, but I've never made it before. But I'm very anxious to try it. So if you need some good recipes, and not just holiday, but oh my goodness, I've seen a lot of very yummy things that I need to start cooking more. You guys, I have replaced my Fruity Pebbles addiction of late with, oh, this is bad. I have been mowing through about a half gallon a night of. Here in Florida, we have a grocery chain called Publix. Publix goes, I know they're in some parts of Georgia. Tennessee even has a few Publixes, I believe. But they're, for the most part, they're a Southern Florida chain based out of Lakeland. And during the holidays, they come out with a Christmas. Now, what is it called? It's vanilla ice cream with pieces of peppermint candy cane, some kind of what tastes like Oreo, and like marshmallow cream in it. Oh my God, it is divine. And you can only get it at the holidays. And this year, well, my goodness, this year Publix put it out. I want to say I saw the first half gallon probably right before Halloween, if you can believe it. and it doesn't stay around long. And the other day, I must confess, I do not usually do shit like this, but I was like, no, fucking it's mine. There was only 2 half-gallons left in the whole freezer. And I was like, well, you know damn good and well, if you only buy one of them, you're going to be back up here tomorrow. And if they don't restock before then, you're going to be screwed. So I said, fuck it, I'm taking them both, which I don't usually do. I try not to be that person. I try and be considerate of other people, but not when it comes to this ice cream. No, sorry, fuck every woman for themselves. But yeah, that's what I've been eating. And my theory is this. Well, I don't eat breakfast and I don't eat lunch. So who cares? I can eat a half-gallon of it because it's all I'm eating for the. Yeah, so now I'm existing on ice cream and coffee. Oh yes, and I am going to have lunch while we're here because it's the lunch hour. So I'm having grape today. I had the pink lemonade flavor the other day. And for anyone interested, these are, I think they're called, what are these called? Original gourmet lollipops. And I bought a, how many pounds was it? I don't know. It was $50 worth of lollipops. I'm being quiet because my husband's in the kitchen. It was a while ago. I've had them a long time. They're in a big vase. I think I showed you guys the vase. And yeah, I just, for those days when I can't, well, I don't typically eat. I usually only eat once a day anyway, but so there's that. So if you need some good recipes, Mint and Mama, holiday or not, everything looks divine. Hey, Skip to my Lou, how are you? And mods, feel free to drop links for anybody that's here in the chat that has a channel. Hey, Laura, how are you? Hi, Brittany, BJ Marshall. Hey, Running Bear. Hi, Glory, Earth Angel. How are you? Nice to see you. Daisy Jones in the house. Oh, God, we're still on the no pants thing. Hey, Beer Can, how you doing? Hi, Rachel. Beer Can, also known as Secret Espionage, Top Secret Code Name, Skyfall. If you know, you know. And if you don't, well, you'll have to ask somebody. Hey, Marcy, how are you? Truth hurts and karma's a bitch. Bitch. Both. All of them. It's all those things. Yeah, don't worry. You're not going to have to contend with Mike Stevens anymore, Brittany. Mike has joined the esteemed Crimes and Fashion blocked list. We were up to 9, 4 of which were the same person. So congratulations, Mike Stevens, whoever the hell you are, whatever your name is. We are divorced yet again. And no, don't buy. And no, I'm not paying you spousal support. No, you're just gone. Bye. Hey, Queen Bella, how are you? Hi, Julie. Muffin Mouse in the house. Well, these buns are heaven. Why am I doing this? Tell me to stop. Tell me stop. Don't do it. Ooh. Okay. Now if I could just keep it there. These things are kind of like a Jenga game. Like just one follicle, much like Betty. Oh my God. One follicle can make the whole melted house of hair fall. No, not mine, hers. Even mine on its shittiest day, which is probably now, is far superior to whatever she's got going on. Yeah. Platinum dryer lint. Mm-hmm. Oh, calling it platinum, that's probably too much of a gift. Yeah, no. Orange, white, yellow, gold. Yeah. That. Oh, goodness. Hi, KB. How are you? Chris in the house. Hi, Nonsense. How are you? Oh, hey, Heels. How you doing? I was watching your video this morning. You're live from last night. Girl, I'd have been there, but I turn my YouTube time ends at 8 o'clock unless Armageddon is happening and the whole world is coming to an end. Oh, let's just hope it hits YouTube servers first. I gotta say, I like I clicked on yours was the first thing I watched this morning, and I gotta say, I was it was disturbing. I mean, honest to God, she's yeah, she's on a downward spiral. I mean, spiraling. She's spiraling the toilet bowl. But I tend to I agree with some of the things I heard you say. Like, yeah, this has probably been a just a lifestyle. With people like her, it usually is. Like, you never keep anybody in your life for any consistent period of time. You're always falling out with someone, and yeah, you just move on and start all over. Yeah, but I must say, oh, that video montage, whoo, whoo, yeah, it was pretty chilling. I mean, Aunt Mary's Love Shack. Oh, speaking of Love Shack. Oh, did you guys like my lip reading video this morning? Oh my god. Can I just tell you that that was like take 4,947. I mean, I almost had as many takes into that video as Betty's had versions of her lawsuit and the various answers, but I'm not a quitter. I have tenacity, so I was like, no, fuck this. I put this damn tutu on. I'm no, I'm doing this until I get it where I want it. Yeah, I realized very close to the end of the one I uploaded, that the mic was dead. And oh my goodness, it died rather quickly after I started. Yeah, but I said, you know what? I'm not putting this damn tutu on again. And I promised y'all I was going to show it to you. So I thought, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm putting it up. But my little shoes from this morning they're still sitting here. So, and Love Shack, these shoes are Love Shack Fancy in collaboration with Sophia Webster. And I thought, you know what? I'm leaving those in there because I'm going to show them up close on camera because you cannot fully appreciate them in the video. Of course, I guess I could show you the professional like stock photo from the website, but first time I've worn them, and I waited forever to buy them. But this, like the vamp, is like PVC acrylic, not acrylic, PVC. Lucite. No, lucite is more like for furniture. Uh, but these are all the flowers are leather, and then they've got little beads in them. Super cute, and they so for no other reason, I mean, it was just basically a venue for my tutu and my heels. Who needs to hear me? I was just the vessel. I was just like the hanger wearing it. Hi, language of horses. How are you? But wait, let me see this again about love. Meh. Oh my God. I saw that. I call it the Jack Shack. You call it Mary's Love Shack. That's probably much nicer than calling it the Jack Shack. You're right. Okay. Aunt Mary's Love Shack, Jack Shack. Just like I said, just sprinkle a little trail of Thorazine pills so that if you get lost, we can find you. Okay. Yes, those posts are really disturbing. They truly are. I mean, that alone tells me she ain't right, because she seems to think that just by slapping at the very end, when you've already gone off on this righteous tangent, that anybody with an ounce of common sense and smarts can see what she's doing. I mean, she's extorting her. She's trying to strong arm her into doing what she wants, because apparently she wasn't raised right. Or maybe she was and she's just a fucking bad seed from birth. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what that bitch's problem is. If I did, well, we could help fix her, or try to. But it's so obvious what she's doing. And I mean, every day it just gets worse. It just gets more outrageous, the behavior. And she seems to think that just by slapping at the bottom of this tirade, that she is dumb enough to memorialize in writing. That by saying it's all lawful. That's I love it when she says that. I do things lawfully. Since when? Just wondering. So yeah, we can go over that too. Hey, wine, crime, and mayhem. Do we have any fans here of the Gilded Age? The HBO series. I am all the way caught up on season 2. And if you are watching and you're a fan, pay close attention, because a lot of season 2. Season 1, they did a few shots in the various, real homes in Newport. And the set, especially Bertha Russell's bedroom, beautiful pink, that was modeled after, it was either, I'm not sure if it was Alice Vanderbilt or Alva Vanderbilt, both of the Vanderbilt women, who were arch rivals, by the way. They married the brothers Vanderbilt, and one of them has the Breakers in Newport. That is the pink bedroom that her bedroom on season 1 was modeled after, inspired by. I'm just not sure if it was Alice or Alva that had the Breakers. The other sister-in-law had Marble House. That one I didn't care for so much. But season 2, they are filming a lot of it when they go to Newport. A lot of that is being filmed at the house called the Elms, and that was my favorite house that I saw. It's very French inspired. It is gorgeous. So the real kitchen from the Elms is used. The staircase, they're only showing you one, but it's got double staircases. I think they called it either the music room or the drawing room, which when you walk in the front door, it's dead ahead. That is being used, and one of the daughters' bedrooms is being used. So if you're a fan of even if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. I am obsessed. I have watched season 1 twice already. Season 2, I think we just had episode 6, 5 or 6. And I think my husband and I are going to go back. Well, he didn't go the first time. I think we are going to go back together and see the houses that I did not see, because I saw the Elms, Marble House, the Breakers. One of them was not open until, was it October? It wasn't open yet. So there are still 3 or 4 houses that I have not seen. So we'll do that. And then I definitely want to see the Elms again. It is, listen, I highly recommend even if you're not big on the Gilded Age per se, but you just like history, Newport, it, it is a fantastic place that you can go. 3 days is plenty. And from Florida, it's a little less than 3 hours direct on Southwest, and the flight wasn't even that much. It's just a fantastic town. So highly recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. But yes, on my YouTube free day yesterday, I was watching, getting caught up on the Gilded Age season 2. Hey Tia, how are you? All right, I'm starting to run. Running, running, running. Ooh, do tell. Hey, Amy M. Happy Hanukkah. Second day, right? Yeah, he's done here. And the thing is it's like he's not, he's only done because he lies on me. So fuck you for that, Mike. I don't, you go wherever you want, call me a bitch while you sit front row like a puppy dog at my chat waiting for me to pat your head. Like I was cool with all that. I none of that did I care about. I've always said, don't lie on me. Do not lie. And when you go over there and you say that if I gave a shit enough, I'd get the screenshots out. I don't. I give 2 shits about him, less about her. So, but that's it. That's the only reason. It's because he lied and he said that I was mean to him. Mean to him? Shit. Trust me, if you think that was mean, you ain't seen nothing. I mean, but like, sorry, I don't have it for you because you're nobody. You were a troll who I was trolling. Oh, so now you'll really have something to go talk about, Mikey. Hey, hippie, how are you? Wishful thinking, how are you? I know. I know. I don't put anything in writing that I'm not gonna say to your face. I mean, I know that's what's hilarious is it's like everybody listen, I should have gotten him out of here a long time ago because like I said, I didn't, y'all were the ones who had to deal with them. And the standing rule was always bounce him. If the mods always knew when he really starts getting on people's nerves, just bounce him. And I don't think he ever got bounced, maybe once. I don't know. Some of y'all need to get a life. That's all I can say. Like, God, go touch grass. Go make a friend in the real world. Fuck, I don't know. Hey, True Texan, how you doing? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't have. Hey, Remy, how are you? I'm pretty sure nobody needs to get a crying towel out just yet. Yes, Running Bear, I promise we're done. Oh, Glory, this one, I got that at Home Goods at Halloween time. Isn't it cute? But it's like a fish bowl, which is the size I like, so I'll use it all year. I love seeing her called Bullfrog. Bull Scorn. Hey, True Jedi, how are you? Hey, traders, how you doing? Yeah, this whole place is ridiculous. Believe that. This whole damn place is a dumpster fire. It is. It is. And the more mentally unsound you are, well, the more you love it. I mean, Yeah, I've said before, this place is like shingles. It slides in under cover of darkness and cloaked in silence, lying in wait. And the minute it gets a foothold, it's you can push it down like one of those damn whack-a-mole things at the Chuck E. Cheese. But getting it all the way out of your system, well, I mean, I guess it just depends on how I guess it just depends. I'll just leave it there. Hey, Helen Highwater, how are you? I haven't seen the latest, so I guess we're gonna watch it. Hey, Fairy Meadows. Yes, I'm gonna put up the post from No Wire Hangers, and then we can look at Crazy Nurse. Would you email it to me? Can you do that to the Crimes and Fashion email? Because I tried to email myself and it said it's too big to um so that would make it much simpler for me. Oh, I have no idea what the hell that picture is. Hey Beth, how are you? Hi Kara. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is my yeah, we're at whenever you see these braids, that means my hair is just really crazy town. And it's weird. It's really humid and like but not our usual just oppressive, suffocating humid. Now it's kind of like that warm humid, but it's almost like it's more damp but not as hot. So flat ironing and doing shit like that is just a complete waste of time. It just doesn't. Yeah. Oh, SoFlo. Oh, were you there? Do tell. Or are we gonna see it? I might see it in the clip. Hey Gina F, how are you? Oh, yes, and now all the delusionals can. Oh, she was. You know when I had to laugh the other morning? I saw, where did I see it? I saw a clip. Oh, it was Mikey. Yeah, one of the screenshots I have where she pinned something about, oh, all Lisa's subs that are here. Bitch, you better be glad my subs are over there. Otherwise, you'd have less people than you normally do. Betty, how many people did you have this morning in your live? Because there's 159 in here right now. Just saying. I don't have, hell, even on your backup channel, you've probably got more subs than me, even if part of them are mine. Nobody's mine, but it just made me laugh when I saw that. It was something like, say hi to Lisa's subs. Bitch, we all watch each other. Have you not gotten the memo yet? Although I can only take you in little tiny doses because stupid people piss me off. Yeah, and I could throw some other traits on there, but I won't. Um, so yeah, it's like I don't own anybody. Nobody is mine. Just picture this like a old bleh. This is a big old subdivision. And some channels would be the houses where you never bring your trash cans in after pickup day, and they're probably rolling in the road because you're too fucking lazy to go pick them up. And then you've got the ones who their house is their castle and everything's very nicely maintained, and you get the picture. It's like, but everybody drives by everybody's house at some point, so you should thank my subs. I don't like, nobody's mine. but you might want to thank them because I'm sure you need the view. Well, God, you boy, we know you need the coin. We know you need to get monetized real quick. How's that going for her? Is she monetized yet? Oh, I sure hope so. Don't let me forget. Oh, I've got it pulled up. Okay. All right, I'm running faster. We're almost there. Hey, London girl, how you doing? It's nice to see you. Wise Angel UK. Oh, what's new? What's new? Hi, Patty. How are you? Oh, it's done. It's done. If do I have to do it on my end? I know you guys can time out. Let me know if I've got to do it on my end. I will. Hey, Ange Carter, how are you? I'm. It's enough. Enough. He has abused my good, benevolent, kind nature for too long. I don't know. I don't understand why I've silence. It's something I've got to do. It won't even. Can you give me a timestamp? Just give me a timestamp. Sure, I understand. Bitch, you never understand. And here you are again. Always. Did I call for you? No. When I do call for you, are you ever available? No. You're fired. I've already told you. Don't bother me again. Don't make me put you on the block list or take out a restraining order. Hey, literally, Davis, how are you? Hey, BL. You know what? Somebody, okay, I don't know about, but I do know this. Someone, and I can't remember who it was, and actually, I don't think it was a name that I recognized. When Mike and I got back together this last time, somebody commented on that hilarious post that I made to Mike, announcing that we had reconciled, like Peaches and Herb reunited, and it feels so good. Not really. Someone said, do you realize that how did they put it? Well, actually, I remember exactly how they put it, but I'm not going to say it. But basically, I think they were kind of, and they mentioned the Delphi case. That's all I'm going to comment on that. But yeah, they were just giving me like a little FYI public service, I think. And I just said, okay, well, thank you and noted. She is fucking delusional. Nobody has done jack shit to her house. And bitch, if you are too stupid. Oh, I know. She's so very concerned with her safety. That's why she's, got right on scheduling that PPO hearing. Yeah, because she's so very concerned about her safety. Yeah. I'm sure I'm sure that's, in her legal filing cabinet, her vault of legal knowledge. But wouldn't you think, most especially in this day and age, even if you're not a shitbag who makes a pretend career out of, terrorizing the internet and trying to strong arm people into doing what you want them to do, or, tell them to stop doing something you don't like, wouldn't you think that you would have surveillance at your home? I think she greatly overestimates the general public's give a shit for her. I mean, I would submit that nobody's ever given a shit about her, anything she's ever done in her life. Hence, why she is so emboldened by a platform like YouTube, where just like me, she's sitting in a room in her house. Of course, my room is much nicer than hers, but she's sitting in a room in her house. That's where the similarities end. I don't sit here and pretend I'm fucking Oprah Winfrey. The best I don't pretend this is a job where I am trying to grift off of you money to pay my bills. No, I'm just on here just to have fun and interact, and that's it. That's all. I'm not trying to make anybody do something or make anybody stop do anything. No. But see, people like her, well, I mean, I can only guess. But my guess is, what has she ever accomplished? And whatever it is, obviously it doesn't fill her up enough to it's like she's for some reason she thinks, one, that she has authority over anyone. You don't. And two, you're not famous. You're never going to be famous. I mean, what you should be doing is just soldiering on and thanking your God above. I know Betty is such a godly woman. God bless you. You should say, God, thank you so much for blessing me into being able to convince people equally as dumb or dumber than me that I am anything I say I am. And they're paying me to do it. I mean, most people would just be real happy with that, but not her. No. Like, nobody who has any real control over anything in their life feels like they can or should or even wants to exert their will over someone else. You have no authority to do jack shit over anyone else. And whoever this girl is, that she is, I mean, I don't really know what else to call it. From where I'm sitting, it looks like extortion. Just because you vomit out a bunch of vile, very menacing, threatening statements, and then you think that you can, the very last thing you say is, but I do everything by the law. It'll be lawfully. Yeah, I mean, but I think I've talked about this before. Like, this is a trait amongst scummy people. Like, they always know right where that very tenuous line is. And they, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you what's considered, except at my own house, and my husband would have to show me, like, what's the easement, where does it then become private versus public property, noise ordinances, things like that. I don't know about any of that stuff because I don't do shit like that. No. But people who exist in, well, I'll just go back to the question I've asked a million times. What, Betty, why is it that you don't take all your gifts and do something that you could really, affect some meaningful change for someone in their life? All these things you're so passionate about. I'm hearing the Jeopardy music in my head. Do 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 do. Alex, for the daily double, I'll say, yes, I concur with heels in the air. Bitch, you ain't employable. Imagine that resume. That's why when she says shit like the politics crap, I've said many times on here, just because you do a been verified on somebody, well, what that doesn't tell you is all of their extended family, their friends, it doesn't tell you things like that. And, when you're out making some very bold claims and you're flexing, I mean, you never know who might have personal knowledge of some bullshit you're trying to some web you're trying to weave, some narrative you're spinning. That's the kind of stuff you don't know. So, at least for this part of Florida, um, which I mean, southern. Uh, no, I've never heard of her. I've never seen her at any of the the big fundraisers that people pay to go to. Oh, this is I'm playing with fire. Oh, okay, that's a little better. I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. One hair is going to be the undoing of all of it. So, yeah. Oh, has anybody had any more information on her Christmas deal? How's that going? Is she collecting all kinds of? Hey, Wispy, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Anything new on that front? Oh, I hope she's getting all kinds of money and donations and whatnot. Yeah. Oh, didn't because here's last I heard, let me just tell you the last thing I heard, and then somebody let me know if there's been any new and breaking updates. Because I wasn't on YouTube yesterday, and this morning I listened to a little bit of everybody from yesterday as I was, going about my life. Um, last I heard on Friday, no, wait, yesterday was Friday, would have been Thursday. Last I heard, infamous truth teller had done a video, and there was a recording of her speaking with someone from the church that Betty, I guess, attends virtually, and says that she is collecting money and gifts for a mother and child whose name she got from someone at that church. But when infamous truth teller called the church, the woman said, we don't. She said something like, I was trying to get information on possibly adopting a family at Christmas or getting the name of someone that needs help. And the woman said, I don't remember the name of the organization, but she said something to the effect of, no, we don't do that here, or we don't have names here. We have partnered with someplace I cannot remember, and we're asking people to donate through there. So any updates on that? Does anybody know anything? Oh, this is kind of scary. Just remember what I said about the shingles. Isn't it weird? I know. It's like I was saying to my husband this morning, I there's nobody in my real life that irritates me like people on here do. Which, yes, I know it does beg the question. What? I'm here why? I mean, I'm here because I have fun. That's what I'm here for, truly. But it is interesting. Now, that is not to say that I have not had all kinds of drama throughout my life. But about 15, 20 years ago, that more quite possible. If I really sat down and thought about it, but let's just go with 15 to 20. Yeah, it, no, way in the rearview mirror. I cannot fathom being that age because I'm 10 years older than her. Okay. But even at her age, I wasn't I just can't imagine living a life like that. That is fucking pure chaos every morning. Now, a lot of it might be manufactured by her, but it's nonetheless, it's still there. And I don't, I I walk out of the door and I'm telling you, this place saps every bit of my. When I'm done in here, I might, if somebody I like is live fairly soon after I'm done, I'll try and always go in and say hi in the chat, etc. But that it's too much. It does. I just cannot imagine having to wait. God almighty, I'd get a job. I would get a damn job, any kind of job I could, rather than having to exist in just the utter chaos and listen, she is spiraling. Okay. She is. And I'm not even kidding. Betty, none of this is working for you, pumpkin. It's not. I'm not talking about your bank balance because I couldn't care less. I don't know what it is. Don't care. I don't ask for money. I don't care who gets money. And for me, with her, it's never been about money. If people are dumb enough to pay for her low budget vacations under the guise of political work or whatever it is, who cares? I don't ask for money, so I'm not competing with that. It's not like I'm sitting back going, well, if you should give me your money because blah, blah, blah. No, I don't give a fuck. Give her all your money. I don't care. It's not about the money. It's the behavior. And Betty, girl, you keep going like you are, and you're going to make my mugshot pool kind of like the celebrity death pool. It gets real ramped up in the beginning of the year. I don't know why, but celebrity deaths happen. They seem to happen fast and furious, for the lack of a better term. Oh God, Paul Walker, rest his soul. God, he was so fine. Yeah, my husband has been a Formula One. My husband has his own race car, not like that, but my husband has been a Formula One enthusiast pretty much forever, since he was old enough to, figure out what it is. Yeah, that he said to be driving that car where they were, it was way too much car. And my husband has driven on real race tracks so he knows what he's talking about in that respect. But the celebrity death pool, it always seems to just get really active in the first of the year. And this is just metaphorically speaking, because of course I don't have I'm not off track betting or anything like that. But I don't think I need to be a bookie to lay odds on Yeah, I have said all along since this lawsuit business started, oh yeah, we're gonna have a new mugshot before the first of the year. That's been my prediction. My goodness, the pool actually seems to be tightening. And I'm thinking now we're like getting to the point where we need to pick out day and time. I mean, it's almost a given. And she seems to be the only one who can't see it. Like, I don't know why she can't, but oh wow, we see it. We see someone who all I keep seeing in my mind is like back from World War One, World War Two, like the planes when the kamikaze pilots. Would that have been World War One and two? Wait, Pearl Harbor got us into World War Two, right? Or no, was Pearl Harbor one? Pearl Harbor got us into World War One, I think, and then Germany and Mussolini and was it Ethiopia? The Axis powers got us into two, or did two anyway. That's not my part of history that I'm really, I like history, but that part I know the basics. I don't, but I'm not real entrenched in that. But that's what I see in my mind. I see the Red Baron or the kamikaze plane just spiraling and crashing down to earth, where it's unfortunately going to blow in an inferno of flames. And everybody with eyes sees it coming. And why in the hell? I can tell you what I'd be doing if that were my child. What I would not be doing is participating in a starring guest role, a recurring walk-on guest role on my kids' channel. No, I would be, and if I had to do it every day, I'd be on the doorstep. I'd be on the phone saying, "What is going on with you? I'm concerned." But that's just me. So, and I don't give a shit what happens to her, truly. I mean, I don't want to see bad for anyone, but oh my God, I almost forgot to do the word. This actually seems like a good place to do the word. Do any of you all know what that word means? The title of this live. I wish that I could pronounce it. I cannot. But our girl, well, let's hope we get the girl on Google because she's been so good. She has been Johnny or Jane on the spot. So let's see if I'm almost done saying hello oh God, I'm way behind. I'm running now, y'all. And hey, Bright Light. All I'm doing is looking for a name that I have not said hello to. I will go back in a minute and hey, Lindsay Cummins, and resume looking at the actual chats. All right. Come on. Hey, Stargazer, how are you? I've heard your name a few different places. Now, I don't remember why, but hi, Mandy, how are you? All right, I'm running. Hey, Amberly, how are you? Ducking Fox in the house. Hi, Corinne. How are you? Oh, that's such a pretty name. Okay. Y'all, if I did not say hello to you, I apologize. Stitching with the Sisterlies, how are you? And I will, hey, Revival, and I will catch Blank Slate, how are you? I will catch up with you at some point during this live. Runs with Scissors. I'm just so behind, and I'm trying. Okay, there we are. We're there. Hey, Glenda. Okay. For the title of this live, put a 1 in the chat if you know what that means, and no cheating. Don't go run into Google now. Ooh, Crazy House Saloon. How are you? That's a new name. Welcome. Oh, well, that is very sweet. Mom Playtime. Who's Jillian Dempsey? Oh God, Patrick Dempsey. He is hot. My husband is tall, dark, and handsome. Hey, Big Dreamin', how you doing? Girl, as long as it's not dentist day, I guess we're doing good. I meant to tell my husband about that. Say, sir, don't you dare complain about grooming or vet bills or any of that shit. Wait until I tell you about a dog that is getting a damn platinum tooth. I don't think it's platinum, but it should be. Been dreaming I would settle for nothing less than platinum at this point. Oh God, dentist is Monday. Oh, may the force be with you. Okay, here is the tale of the you were in the bushes. That's okay. I don't mind. I'll take it any way I can get it. In the bushes, in the front row. All right, so I came across this word the other night when I was reading my book. I'm almost done with Women of Means, and I'm not sure what I'm reading yet next, but I've got a million things in the library. It's just picking one. But I came across this and I was like, my God, that is the title of an upcoming live, because I cannot think of a word. If somebody said you get one word to describe YouTube drama, well, it would be a toss-up between this word and dysfunctional. But I don't think dysfunctional is quite enough. So this word, I was just like, wow, that's it. And I had never heard this word before. My husband, not only did he know this word, he knows how to pronounce it. And I have to say, I practiced, but I cannot get it. So it's rather difficult. So we're just going to let Google do it. Cross your fingers that we've got the girl. Here we go.
Schadenfreude.
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 Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude.
Does Schadenfreude wear lederhosen by any chance?
Schadenfreude.
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 Okay. Pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. Well, now you can see why this brought YouTube to mind. Oh. I'm just reading something in the chat. Okay. Hi, Elaine. How are you? And Faithful, how are you? Ooh, onomatopoeia. God. Now, could I tell you what that means off the top of my head? No, but I do remember it from English class. Where did that go? Onomatopoeia. Okay, now we're going to have to look that one up. Onomatopoeia. Did I leave it hot? Okay, I have to present it again. And now we're getting, look at that. You're getting a bonus word today, courtesy of M. Faithful.
Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia.
What?
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia
Onomatopoeia.
What?
Onomatopoeia.
The formation of a word from a sound associated with what is named. Relatively large number of birds arise by onomatopoeia. Well, that's quite interesting. Without it, wow, that's pretty wild. All right. Well, look at that. You got a bonus word. You got a word and a bonus word. Okay. Now, for the next, we're going to look at this post from No Wire Hangers because I think this is brilliant. And I will drop the link for No Wire Hangers. Oh, I'm going to have to do it at the end. If one of y'all would like to do it, feel free. If not, I will do it because I can't do it from the share community tab. Okay, wait. Is this the one? Oh, okay. It's funny because I read this for the first time on my phone, and as you can imagine, it looked much longer than it does on a big monitor. So I was like, oh, is this the right one? Okay. Just in case anyone is listening and can't see it on the screen. This was from 3 days ago from No Wire Hangers community post. Listening/watching people say they feel bad for Betty since she will miss a week's pay from YouTube before Christmas is funny. Betty doesn't get enough attention on YouTube to consider this a, quote, main source of income, end quote. YouTube is not a full-time job for someone with her numbers. She needs a real job. And if she got one, she would be relying on a consistent income instead of everyone else paying her way. Oh, my sentiments exactly. Except we do have the little problem with her very lengthy civil and criminal docket history that might make it quite problematic getting a real job. But be that as it may, bigger fuck ups than her have done it. So, I guess there's hope. She's not producing content that is worthy of money. Yeah, no, I don't think so either. She can't even do simple research. Be real. Yeah. Oh, she calls that skimming. She skims. Those who feel bad must be forgetting all the money she scammed out of people by lying, all the trips she's taken under false pretenses, getting people fired, threatening people on a daily basis, the swear jar, the raffles, going to save the kids at a damn Trump rally, all the lying and accusations of people. Maybe her channel was suspended because she can't follow the rules. She chooses daily not to follow the rules. Seems like a life choice from where I'm sitting. You feel sorry for her? You feel bad that she got struck because it, quote, really sucks, end quote? She's intimidating a witness, FFS, for fuck's sake. She started a Christmas list for a little boy so she could take credit and say her channel contributed, even though she herself has most likely contributed nothing. I'd love to see proof that all those cash gift cards actually go to the mother. Oh, me too. Nothing is ever honest. Betty needs to change her behavior and her intentions. And until then, she should receive zero pity. Zero IMO. You feel bad about what exactly? Karma? Stop pretending. Bravo. Well said. And I concur in its entirety. Hey, Zen. Zen and I have been in touch. She gave me two days and times that she's available to do a live reading, a live tarot card reading for yours truly. So I told her, dealer's choice. you tell me, and I will do the thumbnail. So I will check my emails in either. I've been so bad about it lately, but I will check it today. If not this evening, because I forget. It'll be tomorrow for sure, and we will get something nailed down. And I think it Monday, and I know Monday was one. It was the other Tuesday or Thursday. Either one is fine for me. So that's going to be fun. Hey, Viv Hyde, how are you? Does that not, my opinions only? I'm starting to feel the same way. My opinions only. Like who the hell do you think you are? She has no fucking authority anywhere. She has nothing to do with this case. She is not privy to all of the case details. I'm not going to comment on why the family would get involved with her disgusting, scummy self. Not going there. Because I'm sure they're desperate for any help they can get. So I don't fault the family. But I tell you what, she is so far out of control when she is thinking that she can sit her fat ass in her fucking plastic gamer chair and she give directives to people about what they need to do because she says so. She's a suspect. Ma'am, if I were you, and I don't know who you are, I don't know how old you are, I don't know a thing about you. But if you were a friend or, if you were anyone to me and you asked me for my advice on how to deal with this problem, what I would do immediately, and she may very well have, I get the impression this girl is young. And I'm basing that just on the fact that if she's on the fringes of this investigation in any way, I know Layla Santinello is young. So, I mean, I'm just assuming that if this is someone that knew her and is on the periphery in any way, that she is probably also young. And, Betty, if nothing, likes to punch down because, Betty can't exert anything over somebody, over a bully her own size. She likes to, she probably sees this girl as an easy mark. But what I would tell this girl is to immediately call law enforcement. I would actually ask to speak directly to the detective on this case. I know that SF is probably advocating for this girl as well as like a quasi liaison between himself and law enforcement, possibly on behalf of this girl, which that is great. But don't just rely on that. I think you need to, at the very least, speak with them on the phone. If you have the ability to, I would actually ask to go and meet with them in person, and not because of anything having to do with the case, but just to make them aware how out of control this deranged acting bitch on YouTube is, and that she's basically extorting you, because that's what it looks like to me. Just because you put some bullshit at the end about, I do it lawfully, of course it'll be I obey the laws, which of course I asked the question again, since when? Just remember what I said about the gross people and the place where they exist in life. But yes, you don't owe her a fucking thing. Nothing. You didn't do anything wrong when you struck her. Stick to your guns. She's a bully. If you stand up to her, hopefully she will back down. But just make sure that you get it noted on the record with law enforcement and and not just somebody who answers the phone. The best thing, if you could walk in the door and have a sit down, would be the best thing. If not, well, do the next best thing. She is an angry, petty, control freak who has no control over anything. So she, she likes to pretend she's got some kind of authority here on YouTube because she's a fucking flunky who goes, tromping through the woods looking for, well, I mean, I've got my own ideas about what I think she's looking for, but I'll just go with what she asserts. Missing people. And that's all well and dandy. She's got every right to go do that, I guess. But she has no authority over you at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So do not believe her. Now, I know she keeps saying something about you need to go to law enforcement. I don't follow this case, but I don't need to follow the case to tell you that if you have any information at all that will help law enforcement find this girl, I would encourage you to be open and forthright with them. See, I'm not like her. I'm not going to tell you that if you don't take the advice I just gave you, that I'm going to hunt you down and I'm going to come stand in front of your house with a bullhorn. Who cares? I mean, listen, it won't be your problem if she has no life, okay? She's a loser, and that's what she gets off on. I don't know why. I know, it's very bizarre. But the worst that's going to happen is, as usual, she will look like the fool that she is, the unhinged fool that she is appearing. And your neighbors will probably be upset, but you will have no control over what she does. Hell, she has no control over herself, clearly. So all you can do is what you can do. So, but do not let some underachieving, middle-aged, loser malcontent who's got a YouTube channel and a real badass attitude and lack of meaningful employment, don't let her bully or intimidate you into anything. You do the right thing for your friend. If you have information, that's the right thing to do. But you do not have to deal with that idiot. Period. End of story. Okay, so Luteins. Hi. Well, that is definitely a new name. How are you? Welcome. Okay, now you've got to be from Australia or New Zealand. Back in the bush. And then when there's something else made me think, something else you said, I think, that made me think, no, it might have been a different one. Oh, absolutely. Listen, we've all said this. It's only a matter of time before something that fucking mad cow does actually affects a case in a real meaningful way and doesn't just showcase her for the fucking weirdo she is. No, I mean, like this, she cannot continue to do this, and law enforcement does need to do something about it because she was dumb enough to put this in writing. Okay, this is not a oh well, she said, well, can you show us what she said? Oh well, no, that's been deleted. No, she was dumb enough to put all this in writing. So I mean, I don't know a thing about this girl. Is this girl young? I mean, I get the impression she probably is. Just, honest to God, I'll tell you what, and I see the tide is really turning where she's concerned. I do. I see her core group of dumbasses. Sorry, Sonia. I don't, Sonia, you were perfectly lovely when we chatted. And I don't have anything against any of those people. I shouldn't say dumbasses. So maybe let me walk that back, because I don't want to just blanket insult people that follow her. It baffles me. I don't understand why. I truly don't. There is not one part of me that can rationalize why anybody wants to listen to her. She's angry, she's hateful, she's bitter, she's mean. All she ever does is bitch and moan and complain. It's like does she ever, and that, oh my God, if you think that fucking like serial killer sounding, oh my God, that is fucking terrifying. That is not a real laugh. That is a weird fucking nervous tick. I don't know what it is. It's gross. That's what it is. I don't get it. I just don't. There are so many amazing content creators on here, lots of which who do real, meaningful, good work in true crime. She is not one of them. She is a shitty drama channel, is what she is. And, you can call yourself whatever you want. You don't have the credentials to back it up. I have never seen anybody who just fucking hates everyone. She has a problem with everybody. I am literally Team JLR. I am. I hope he burns her fucking house to the ground. And I don't mean her real literal house. I'm going to be back, sitting back like everybody else is with the popcorn, just because I don't think you have to know him. And I don't. I know probably less about him than most people. And this is not an endorsement of him, but he's had a troubled past. But look where he is now. And whether you like him or not, and this is not an endorsement of JLR. He's done some really grimy, gross, horrible things. But he went to prison and he paid his debt to society. What he's done since he's been out, I don't know. I don't follow him. But I know that the minute he kicked her fat ass, this is a woman who thinks she can, in all her legal brilliance, she not only does she think that she can just write at all, since I happen to have 849 of her fucking pages up here. See this right here? This right here, that's called the style of the case. It's Joe Blow, plaintiff, versus John Doe, defendant, or petitioner respondent. In that state, it's plaintiff, defendant. She actually seems to think that just by changing the style of the case, that means she can just throw defendants in there. And I hope all of you realize, Dolly, I hope you're listening. Hell, you could be in the chat for all I know. I mean, he usually does drop by during the week. I hope you know. And listen, Dolly and I, we do not talk. I don't go to Dolly's channel. Like I said, he does come over here and play around in the chat if I'm live and he's what's he say, bored, whatever. And depending on what kind of mood he's in, he either is, well, some days he's seems to be in better mood than others. But like, do you know, please take it from somebody who has no skin in the game, sir. She is not your friend, okay? She is nobody's friend. And she wants you, JLR, Molly Go Lightly, and God knows who else was in her fucking insane sounding ramblings. She thinks all of you should be drug into this. Now, the good news is she can't just start adding you into this thing. But, I mean, I know what my guess would be if the judge said, which I don't see this happening at all, because she would have no standing to do it, I wouldn't think. But even if she got leave to amend and add new litigants, what do you think she'd do? Oh, I know what I would, I know what I'd put my money on. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, I've just never seen anything like it. Honestly, I haven't. And that latest one. So does anybody have the timestamp from whatever meltdown she had this morning? Oh, let's see. What's she up to? Did girlfriend get monetized? Okay, so she's got 1,600. She's up to 1,600 subs. Oh, look, she was live 28 minutes ago. Although sometimes they're behind. I do know that. Wow. My gosh. Let's see. No community posts. And it's like this whole thing with SF. What, like she hates everybody. First, I thought it was just a female thing. And listen, I could see why she'd be jealous of lots of women. But Marcy says wire hangers did one of today's rant. I don't want to play something from wire hangers that just went up today. I'd rather you guys go and watch it over there. That's hilarious. I love that expression. Truer words were never spoken. Give me 1 second so I can look at something. Okay, let me see if I can find. Is she's still live? I've got one from. All right, let me see if the outfit matches the one that. Oh my God, I struck gold. That's hilarious. All I did was I pulled the video up and I just put the cursor at like a random place at the beginning, and I hear her, get the clippers ready, get the pivot. Oh God. Wow. Man, she's losing her shit. She is losing her shit. Oh, Betty's got her lanyard on. Oh, you know, there's problems when she's got a lanyard on. Oh, there's Mike Stevens' comments highlighted. Okay, let me find the right.
This quack doesn't know what the hell.
Quack, quack like a duck.
Unicorn, it's nice to see you. Okay, Angie, good morning. Good morning.
What in the fuck is like, Betty, honey, let me give you a little bit of help here. Not that you'll listen. You should. We got way too much going on. Let me full screen it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Betty, sorry, you can't pull those braids off. Yeah, you're not me, much as I'm sure you want to be. The shirt is clashing so badly with that lanyard. I don't even like. Why? Why do you have a fucking lanyard on? Is it the key to your heart? What is it? The key to the vault? The key to what is it? I don't get it. What? Oh God. It's like, get your roots done for fuck's sake. Like, if you're gonna try and rock that hair, which I'm actually shocked she could even get those little toddler braids. But do your roots, honey. Like, do your roots. Is that too much to ask? I mean, some girls can pull that off. You're not one of them.
We've got Sweet Misery in the house. It's nice to see you, my love. Big Mac Mike is all up in it to win it today. He is.
Somebody sounds fucking manic. That's what it's like. Wow. Hey, Notre Dame. Hey, voices. Grape Kool-Aid. How are you? Caladime. How you doing? Oh, it's a press pass? Okay. Oh my God, I'm dead. Oh God. Oh. Okay. All right. I know the first one's coming up. I backed it up just a couple minutes. So it's at about the 9-minute-ish mark. Why does Mike have a pineapple up there? I wonder. I mean, I know what I've heard that means. Oh God. Throw up in my mouth. Oh.
The defense attorney for the House. I am the prosecution for the victims.
In your fucking dreams. You are not even qualified to play the part of Harvey Levin on the People's Court. You know, this is pre-TMZ days. Back to good old Judge Wapner. You know, Betty, I know you worked in Perry Mason's office when you used what did she call it? A dictaphone, a dictation machine. It's called a dictaphone, sweetie. And I know since you were a Perry Mason enthusiast and you got into true crime at the age of 2, well, of course you'll remember before Harvey Levin went on to TMZ fame, well, he used to stand outside of the pretend courtroom set on the People's Court. And when the litigants would come out of court, they'd play that and then you'd hear this like, and they'd come out and, you know, well, some of them acted like you. They were rather, you know, foaming at the mouth and, oh, they were very unhappy about the ruling. And Harvey would stand there with that microphone that looked like, you know, a slight upgrade from Bob Barker at the Showcase Showdown. Yeah, you know, that long, like an old school TV antenna. Yeah. You're not even qualified to play the part of Harvey Levin. Shut up. You are not playing the, oh God.
And we got Sweet Misery.
Sweet Misery is, well, I don't know who Sweet Misery is, but at your channel, I'd say, yeah, Sweet Misery. Hold the sweet, extra on the misery, and there you go. You got Betty.
With the gavel.
Oh,
coming down
what the
on
fuck is
Big
she
Mac Mike's
wearing?
head. Okay, so we haven't gotten there
God,
yet.
is she
All right.
wearing cold shoulders? Oh, she is, Betty. Now listen, Betty. I've seen you before in colors that worked for you. That is not one of them. She actually does look decent. And I think there's like a rose pink that she will wear every once in a while. It looks good on her. You know, it works with her her coloring. You've got too much going on. Okay? The eye must travel. Diana Vreeland. Look it up. I'm sure you have no earthly idea who that is. Get rid of the lanyard because you don't need it, sweetie. You're sitting in your high-powered office with your plastic Afghan gamer chair. Get rid of the fucking Afghan too. What is that about? I mean, let me guess. A super fan Afghaned it for you. What is that? Do you crochet in Afghan? Whatever they did, they Afghaned it for you, and it's lovely. Oh, not my colors, but I'm sure it must have some sentimental value to her. I cannot think of another reason why you would put fucking brown, burgundy-ish, and white against a plastic pink and white chair. You couldn't. I mean, we've got all kinds of, we got like fake Naugahyde chair, plastic texture. We've got Afghan texture. We've got horizontal, at least it's all going horizontal for the background, not the Betty background, the chair and the Afghan background. Oh my God, please. Since it means so much to you, what does it do? Is it there to protect your plastic chair from hair oil, grease? What is it? Why is it there? I mean, I'm assuming it has sentimental value. Wonderful. I love that for you. It humanizes you. Like if she possibly has some sentimental somewhere, that Afghan must represent it. Okay, so great. I'm happy to see that. However, I am not happy to see it against a plastic pink and white chair. So could you just fix the chair? You don't need to get rid of the Afghan because it's the only fucking thing that humanizes you. So keep the Afghan that certainly some sweet little old lady who subs to you and probably gives you part of her welfare or Medicaid stipend, whatever it is. So while I'm really glad to see that you must have some place in that cold, dead heart for an Afghan, a little miniature Afghan. Oh, is it a crying Afghan? Is that what it is? You know, sometimes they call it a crying towel. Is that a crying Afghan? Maybe it's a rage. I don't know. But I'm not telling you to get rid of the Afghan. Get rid of the chair. The chair is gross. I've been telling you this for a long time. It needs to go. I know about these things, Betty. You should take my advice. Listen, I'll take your advice when I need a jailhouse flunky wannabe lawyer who doesn't fucking know anything. I'll look you up. But until that time, yeah. But back to the shirt. I mean, honest to God. Listen, I'm not in marketing, never have been, never claimed to be, never would, no interest. But if I was, here's what I would not tell you as a client. Well, hell, if I was just coming to zhuzh you up, if I was your stylist, which for a large fee I could be, but if I was coming to zhuzh you up, well, I would tell you that while I'm not a fan of the background, the green screen background, that is, but that is your logo. So, okay, I get that and wonderful. But you're going to need to get rid of the chair that clashes terribly. Look at this pretty chair. Why don't you get a chair like this? I mean, you like to copy everything else I do, so why don't you look into this? I would tell you to get a chair that matches. I would tell you to take your little Afghan thing and maybe sit on it or put it on your lap. You could hold it like a worry towel. You could rub it between your fingers like that. Maybe when you start to rage, just, pet your Afghan. I like, look, Betty, I sit on a, you don't usually get to see this because I'm sitting on it, but this is a Mongolian lamb pillow. I prefer natural fibers to, Naga hide plastic. But that's just me. So yeah, I'm telling you to keep your background because that's your brand. Although I'm not, what is your brand besides angry, raging, hateful, whatever? At least it's pink. Okay, so but yes, so keep your green screen, get rid of the chair, put the Afghan in your lap. Oh, you can wear the Afghan as pants. There you go. Use the Afghan as a micro mini for those days when you forget your pants. Yes, I can see how that happens. I mean, look, I had to let my intro run 3 times because I had a hair out of place. So I don't know. I'm lying. I don't understand how you come on without pants. I don't get it. But whatever, I don't have to. So Betty, get rid of the chair. Keep your I'm trying to figure out what that is supposed to be. It's only wide enough. I mean, unless that's going in Barbie's bedroom in the dream. No, you don't have Barbie. You probably have Skipper. If that's going in Skipper's duplex on her janky ass bed, now that I could see, it's probably long enough to keep Skipper and whoever Skipper's oh, maybe Skipper had a little dog. Oh yeah, Skipper had a dog. Skipper and her dog. And probably keep them nice and cozy warm. But I other than I don't, it's just a very odd size. Was it a scarf, like a muffler, maybe? I don't know, but I think just keep it on your seat, okay? Because it's very distracting. So keep it on your seat because obviously it, like I said, it humanizes you. We won't get to see it, but we'll know it's there. And the next time you forget your pants, or maybe a safety pin or a hair tie, just don't pull on those because that hair is already stressed enough. We don't need to be doing that. But get yourself a pin, like a big old safety pin or something, and you just keep it close to your ass. And that way when you jump up to go, I don't know, maybe get some coffee, you won't be caught for the 3rd time without your pants. And the next thing I'm telling you is get rid of the fucking lanyard, for the love of God and all that is holy and unholy, in your case, mostly un. Do your roots if you insist on those little baby braids. I'm going to give her that. I am really surprised that she could, that I'm just surprised. I'm pleasantly, but I'm surprised. Okay, so there's one for Betty. That shirt, no, that color's not doing anything for you. It's not atrocious. I've seen you in a lot worse, but it's too much. Like, you've just got too much going on. How is anybody supposed to focus on your corporate branding that I know that you have spent a fortune doing? Oh, your trade. Yes, her trademark. Yes. You know, who knew? I think I should start putting TM next to crimes and fashion. Often imitated, never duplicated. I think I should trademark that. It seems the process is much simpler than I once thought. Okay, so yeah, look at that. Look at all that entertainment I've provided, and I only let her get about 30 seconds worth. All right, Betty, lay it on me. Come on.
All right,
What are you
I'm
kissing
rushing
about
it.
today?
I'm rushing it.
Come
I
on.
get it. I get it.
No,
Nice
you
to
don't.
see you, Pebbles. Good. It's still morning, so I'm going to tell you all good morning. It's nice to see you,
Betty, you never have a good morning. Quit lying.
Betty. Gigi for
Thank you,
life.
Betty.
Good morning.
Thank you, Betty.
And I think that's it. We've
Oh,
done it.
good
We went
job.
through, you know.
Betty, can I just give
We'll
you
be
a word
back
of
on the other
advice?
channel.
Can I
We'll
give
be
you a word
back.
of advice? Betty, shut
Very-
up. Betty, you know what is one thing that just, I mean, since we're talking about branding, I'm just, you know, I'm going to tell you. I find that some of these like very strange outbursts that you make, these vocal vomiting, I call it. Yeah. Kind of reminds me when those damn sandhill cranes are in my yard and they're yeah, like you need to stop trying so hard. It's so forced, it's cringy and gross, and it comes across that way. Okay, but carry on. I said carry on.
Very upset. I'm going to go ahead and
You're
dive right into some
fucking
stuff.
very
Because, you know,
upset.
we're going to probably have some drama on this channel. So
No! Drama, excuse me. You are a professional. You are a social media juggernaut. You are a legal professional. You are an investigator. You're a body language expert. You're a chef. You're an electrician. One thing you are not is drama. You are not drama. Carry on.
because I'm just going to start correcting a lot of facts that have been
Lay it on me, girl. Come on.
haven't been correct. Okay. And I think the first one, without further ado, is the idiots. And I'm not, go ahead and clip it.
Betty, do you really think idiots is what gets the scissors out? That's one of the nicer things you say. Idiots, really? Come on, Betty. We're waiting for like a nuclear radioactive meltdown. That's what I'm hoping for.
I hope maybe we should wait for you guys to text your haters and tell them to come on into the chat. Let's start getting clipping, right? Let's start clipping, right? Let's get the clip channels ready.
Woo! Look at the look at, like, you can see it. You can see that shit come over her, like those eyes go black or very dark brown, whatever they are. It's probably not a coincidence that her eyes are shit brown. Or you know what I mean. Okay. Y'all, I did get the chat out to look at on my phone while this is going. But you know, once I get on a roll, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So you guys are gonna have to pick a lane. You're either gonna get me giving machine gun fire commentary to her, or have me reading the chat. Ooh, Eddie. Eddie, yeah, that. Are you the Uncle Eddie that, what does she call him? It's supposed to be cousin Eddie, or is it supposed to be Uncle Eddie? I can't remember, but she always fucks it up. Okay, so I am looking at the chat.
Because of some idiot on YouTube that thinks she knows what the hell she's talking.
Who are you talking about, Betty? Are we adding another name to the list of people you hate? Hold on a minute. That list of the people that Betty hates, it is as long as the aisle runner for all my husbands.
Talking about. And if this doesn't show you this quack doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, this is a document. And it's called a motion to dismiss first amended complaints. It's not amendment.
Heels in the air. Is she getting ready to bitch about? No. Who did that? Who? was that pointed out? Oh God, I can't.
It's idiots.
Woo, Betty,
If you don't even
Betty, that's not very nice. What, like, did you take your pretty little pills this morning? I guess not. Have you forgotten them for like the last, I don't know, 30 years? It's never too late. Talk space. If you're not a proponent of pharmaceutical intervention, well, talk space. There's all kinds of things. But running around calling everybody idiots, well, Betty, that's not very nice.
but know this.
But you're not very nice.
How can anybody even listen to you about what is contained in this? That is the stupid thing I have ever heard in my ever-loving life.
That you don't get out much. If that's stupid. Wow, wow. I mean, boy, she is nothing if not loquacious. I mean, my goodness, and so well spoken. You know, I like to do the big word or two or sometimes three of the day on this channel. What do y'all do over on Betty's channel? Like, class, today we're going to cover adjectives. Oh, the Betty, never mind.
This is supposed to be First Amendment complaint. You literally don't know your ass from your elbow. You literally have no clue about the law.
Hi. I went to a state school, unlike you. And I didn't drop out of high school either. I don't have a GED. I have a diploma. But be that as it may, I have a college degree, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck all that garbage was. Nor do I care to listen. If I want a bunch of poorly written drivel to put me to sleep, oh, there's plenty of, I don't need to add your pile of shit to the already enormous, large pile of, well, I can't include anything you've said with the word literature. So, Betty, I'm not coming to you for any of that, and nobody else should either. I'm gonna let her run a second because I want to look something up. But in full disclosure, I do not have a clue whether it's supposed to be referred to as a First Amendment complaint or a First Amended complaint. I'm not that deep in Betty's pool of bullshit. I don't care. I leave pretending to be some kind of having a steel trap legal mind. Yeah, I leave that to Betty. So while I went to school for the same thing, I haven't worked in a law office in 30 years, give or take. And I'm much more well-versed in the not this realm of civil and really more criminal. But see, I'm not a wildly insecure fucking weirdo who needs to try and convince people, despite the fact that I don't really have any accomplishments, so to speak. I don't have to try and pretend to you that I know everything. I do not know everything at all, not even close. And there's no shame in saying, I don't know. And I don't know. But just because somebody foams at the mouth like a rabid dog and, ooh, Betty, your underbite. Ooh. Better. Ooh, girl, you need to stop making those angry faces, okay? Just don't. Yeah. But just because somebody enthusiastically yells at you and foams at the mouth and tells you how stupid you are and how smart she is. Listen, Betty, there's one thing, there's not a mofo that I can even think of that is going to accuse you of being a brainiac. Okay. Sorry, the truth hurts. But that's it. You go, carry on. Tell us how stupid we all are. Betty, this is why people hate you, okay? Or strongly dislike you. I don't hate anybody. You're not important enough in my life to hate. You're just a fucking weirdo whose content, that's all. But I can promise you, this is one of the things that people really have problems with you about. It is your, what comes across as an enormous narcissistic ego, I think is just deeply inadequate and insecure. Betty.
You don't even know what these documents are, even though just the week before you were reading, what is this?
I don't know.
Oh, I take this off. Hold on, idiot.
Wow.
Go ahead and take this off because
You
you know so much.
Idiot bombs
So
around,
you have been
Betty.
advising these people, giving them legal advice when you are not an attorney to be providing legal advice, getting them in a host of hot water.
Hey.
And not having a damn clue what the fuck
Hey,
you're talking about.
Shut up, dumbass. God. When in Rome. Hey, Betty, just for shits and giggles, as you've been fucking foaming at the mouth here, I just popped over into another window. Willow! I was looking for you to see me after class the other day. Will you email me? I have an idea. I think you need to come and do a show with me. I think it would be epic. So if you're interested in doing that, would you email me? crimesandfashion@gmail.com. And if you forget, it's in the about section that I finally got around to completing. Hey, Mac, how are you? Hey to everybody who came in that I was busy foaming at the mouth in my own window. But hey, Betty, you know, since you're in such a foul mood and you're being so nasty to everybody. Oh, okay, perfect, Willow. Thank you. When it'll be later on today or tomorrow. I will email you back. We'll set something up. Okay, so Betty, listen. Just while you were over here going off like a mongoose in heat, I popped over to Google because, like I said, I don't know what it's supposed to be called. This isn't, your lawsuit's not that interesting to me. But just when I Googled First Amendment complaint, here's what comes up. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably. Oh, peaceably. Well, never mind. That's why it doesn't apply to Betty. To assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Betty, do you think that possibly this little part right here about, what is that again? Abridging the freedom of speech. And is Queen Bee's is part of the defense not the fact that these were opinions and they are protected under freedom of speech, which would, I mean, I'm sorry, but if my choice is I'm going with Betty and her, what did she, wait, we've got first. Okay, so the lawyer has been referring throughout to the FAC, which is the acronym for First Amendment complaint, or we can go with Miss Brainiac herself here. And the first amended complaint. Now, I could see she is so over her head. She is treading water on the Titanic. And Betty did say she played what the hell did she say she played? The viola, the viola, the fucking violin, whatever, all of them. Yeah, I'm sure she did it all. And she was the conductor of the symphony on the Titanic. Yes, because Betty does it all. So as Betty's playing her viola as the Titanic's going down, I think I'm going to go with the lawyer. And I'm going to assume that the lawyer knows what he's talking about. But I will say, in her very slight defense, I could see where, as always, her big, fat, stupid mouth gets ahead of her extra slow brain. And here you go. This is what you get. The only way we could make this a better Epic Betty rant is if she's not wearing pants. Yeah. So I'm going to go with the lawyer, and I'm going to assume that it is the First Amendment complaint. But I do see where it could also, they're not necessarily mutually exclusive. Because listen, we've had so many fucking complaints. We've had complaints. We've had amended complaints. Answers to amended answers, amended complaints, amended answers to cubed, the square root of, my God, who the hell knows? I mean, but Betty, when in doubt, go with the person who has the education. Not you, not your education. I'm talking the real lawyer. The one who is closer to wearing Judge Wapner's robe than to being Harvey Levin with the stick mic outside the door of the People's Court. Okay, but carry on, Betty.
Pastors, I will pray.
Oh, why? That's probably not a bad idea. I hope whatever you're kneeling on is well padded.
This is why it's called motion to dismiss First Amendment.
Oh, of course, she
counterclaim.
Puts it right up there, not redacted,
Idiot.
because she's a shitbag.
And it's so funny that these people are in the chat and just absolutely think that everything they're saying is true, accurate, and correct. Remember, these are the same people that said I was going to be laughed out of the.
Give it time, sweetie. It's a process. You're gonna be okay. Much like I said, our non-betting pretend fantasy, our fantasy mugshot pool is tightening up, and I'm no longer just laying odds on new mugshot before January. I'm actually taking date and time. Betty, I like, it's staggering to me that only somebody wildly insecure about their intellect and their ability has to scream and yell at everyone about how stupid they are. When you're so out of your league, and since you are a legal professional, you should know, Betty, there is a process. They can't just, what? Oh, God, what the fuck? God, this is why I hate fucking pro se defendants. And let's not forget that you are being given, you can be sure, extra long rope, because you are pro se, and that's just the way they know that you don't know what you're doing, and you don't. That's why you had to amend your complaint in the first place. But there is a process, and it's an if then. Every action has, well, I mean, Sir Isaac Newton would tell you every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which in this case probably also holds true. But, listen, we are not to the part of class where we're splitting atoms yet, okay? We're not talking nuclear fission, not yet. We're not there yet. We got to get you through Play-Doh. We're going to make Play-Doh first. We're going to figure out what goes into Play-Doh, how you make it, before we get to nuclear fission and the periodic table of elements. So, slow your roll, sister. Don't worry. You are not going to win against a lawyer. And if you think you are, it just means you're a little more fantastical than most of us probably appreciate.
Courtroom the first time I went in, right? It didn't seem like
No. If you're gonna tell it right. Nobody said you were gonna get laughed out of the courtroom the first time you went in, because you see, I mean, how would that work, Betty? That might work in Cuba, although you don't actually, they don't need a courthouse in Cuba. You just get invited over to whatever Castro's brother, whoever's, they just invite you to come hang out on the couch, and they give you they break it to you, probably not gently. So nobody said that you were going to get, most people understand, I would hope most people rolling around this hood understand that it's a process. So if you're going to tell it right.
The judge has been laughing. It doesn't seem like opposing counsel is laughing. And
Well, Betty, breaking news. You are the only unprofessional, ill-mannered asshole in the room. The opposing counsel and the guy on the bench wearing the robe, they are governed by judicial canons and ethics. And as much as I'm pretty sure that when each of them go home for the night and sit down with their respective partner, I'm sure when partner says, "Oh, so honey, how was your day? Anything interesting happen in the courtroom today?" Oh God. Well, I tell you what, if I was married to either one of that pause game's on point. If I was married to either one of the two people that we're speaking of, the judge or opposing counsel, I would already have my spouse's court dates where you're concerned in my phone. And honey, I see you've got that batshit crazy pro se bitch. Oh, what do you want for dinner tonight? Thai, sushi, red, white, bottle red, bottle white. I want to hear all about it. Yeah, Betty, I'm pretty sure that nobody in the courtroom is going to laugh to your face, because they're, unlike you, they're professionals. But I'm sure when they get home, everybody has a good laugh at your expense.
definitely can tell you, I'm not laughing.
You never laugh. That's a lot of your problem.
So maybe instead of you trying a smear campaign, maybe you need to look into the allegations contained in the pleadings in which I am filing.
Woo!
Because at the end of the day, these channels that clearly don't know the difference between
This is my gavel, Betty. Order in the court. After careful consideration, I have read your briefs, and defense, I am granting your motion for summary execution. Okay, carry on.
Amended complaint and an amendment. I really don't know how to help you.
You don't know how to help yourself. So of course you don't know how to help anybody else.
I can say is
Nobody's
you're an
asking
idiot.
you for help.
You have no clue.
Betty, help your hair. Okay. Help your hair. Help your office. Help your brand. Because Betty, I mean, I want to see you get syndicated nationally. And not with that background, it's not happening. That lanyard either.
You're talking about. You have been advising all these people lies. Lies.
Who is talking about? Are you talking advising, or do you mean like practicing law without a license? Like, I mean, some people have said you try and do that. I don't think so, because who would even hire you as a jailhouse lawyer? Probably not. If we were on a game show and my lifeline for legal knowledge was Bubba in cell block D or Betty, I'm going with Bubba in cell block D.
And you continue to peddle them even to this day. And we know which other accounts are yours now because you all had the same drumbeat about amendment. And you try to say you have access to attorneys to decipher.
Betty, take a breath, honey, please. You're going to stroke out, okay? And we've come this far with this lawsuit. We're seeing this thing through the end. So I don't need you stroking out midway.
This stuff. And your attorney friends didn't say, you really kind of fucked up there, right?
Am I the only one who has no earthly idea what she is talking about? Not that that is a new or evolved state where she is concerned, but what is she talking about?
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. I think it's kind of, let's see, what but
Betty, you can't even do sarcasm well. And as much as a bitch as you are and a malcontent, sarcasm should play very well to your gifts.
do I want to push for this one? I know there's a good one here.
Well, by all means, if you hurry up and find it.
Yeah, you're an idiot. You're an idiot
With this thing. That's what she's got. You're an
biohazard, right?
Biohazard? What? Biohazard.
Let me find it. I got one in here. I just know it.
Biohazard, like after you do your hair at home, after you do a home bleach job, that kind of biohazard.
I know I've got one in here. Here's a loaded gun. Let's see what other ones I want to push. There it is. They're coming for you.
Who? Betty. I know I'm not alone. Even people that like you. If you're going to use that soundboard, could you please go to, like, I don't know, soundboard school or something? Maybe you can get a diploma there. It's so cringe. It's always at the wrong time. It's the wrong sound. It's too loud. And just an FYI, could you please just think of the people? Well, I won't say like me, because I'm sure you know, for people who are wearing AirPods, because I'm not the only one. Betty, you're sending people to Audible to get hearing aids before their time. So just, God almighty, would you can you find one thing in your life you are proficient at? And since you love this fucking soundboard so much, could you just get a diploma in soundboard? Sorry, everyone.
I'm going to turn that down. I'll blew your ears out.
Tells me she's going to do it again. I mean, there's a woman who never gets laid. That is the first time I've seen what looks like a real fucking smile on her face when she oh my God, quite ironically, when it's the police sirens. Oh God. I mean, sometimes I just got to thank her. I mean, that actually was a spontaneous, unintended gift, but oh my God, was it good? I'm such a fan of irony, Betty, and the fact that you lit up like a fucking Christmas tree when you heard a police siren. It's like when I get the email from Neiman Marcus that says last call. For those of you that don't know, when Neiman Marcus has a sale, it starts with first markdown, first call, second markdown, second call, and on it goes until it gets to last call, which is the place where, even then it's stupid, but it's, at least in the, well, we'll just leave it there.
So that's the first thing. These idiots don't know what they're talking. They haven't known what they're talking. I've been sitting over here silent, laughing at them this entire time as I've watched.
Well, Betty, that's like a reciprocal arrangement then, because we're laughing at you too, and I guarantee you, we're at least we understand what we're laughing at.
Many of them try to explain this and don't understand the difference between particularity and specificity. And I heard them say that. And I heard them even say, "Oh, she's." Dude, go back and look at her
Wait,
March
what did she say? Particularity
videos and talk to me about the hypocrisy on this last video.
When
he filed the same document. I filed the same document. He removed account.
She actually sitting here getting ready to say the same so. But knowing Betty, the quite unfortunate bit that I do, I have a feeling that Betty is getting ready to assert that the lawyer is actually copying. I know that's what she's going to say.
I removed account. It really is just that simple, but you wouldn't know it because you got idiots explaining this shit to you.
Betty, you are
just thought I'd let you kind of know. You're being led by an idiot. Sorry. But now that we clarified, Bullhorn Betty didn't make a freaking mistake.
No, no. You, of course, are saying you didn't make a mistake. You've never made a mistake in your life. Why would this be any different? Just because you say that? Nope, sorry, that's not.
Been laughed out of a courtroom after several court hearings.
Well, like I said,
I'm pretty sure I got this.
No, you've got nothing. You have a beautiful Afghan micro mini something or other. What the hell is that thing? All right, now wait a minute. When she leaned forward, why do I now see something that looks like it's also from the Afghan, but it's black mint? Did somebody put those three? I'm already bothered by the fact that we've got a winter color or a warm color, like an oxblood burgundy. I'm already bothered that we have that color blocked with white, but whatever. I didn't knit it or however, I didn't Afghan it. But if I had, I wouldn't have used those two colors next to each other. That bothers me. But now I see we've added black into the mix. We should have just used black and burgundy. Now that would have looked nice-ish. Or is that? Oh, please tell me that is not one of those things like cabbies back in the day used to put behind them because they were sitting so long. No, that looks like knit. Betty, you've got too much going on. Kleenex. Who has Kleenex? I don't think I've seen a box of Kleenex since 1990 something. I mean, Bets, all that fabulous girly stuff behind you, like you know that nobody can see what any of that is. And then this is just so many kinds of wrong. Oh, what the fuck is she doing? Is she doing the centipede? Betty thinks that she's like seriously, what was that? That was giving me middle school roller skating rink break dancing at the intermission to couple skate, backward skate, somewhere in there. Like, and if you were really good, they'd shine the spotlight on you from the DJ booth. Wow. I cannot believe Betty was just doing the centipede.
Oh, yeah. I got this. So don't you worry your pretty little heads. I love how you've been taking those victory dances and victory laps all around the course. And you're like, oh, look what
I don't think you do. I think you're lying. I think you're quite bothered by it. I know I always talk about things that are not annoying to me.
she just said. I can promise you everything I have said online, I plan to use in my hearing and in my court proceedings. So if you think you caught Bullhorn Betty, oh my God, did you hear she's blaming this person? Yes, I am blaming that person. And I'm blaming that person. And I'm blaming this person. Doesn't stop.
I know who you're not blaming. That would be yourself, because you have not blamed yourself for anything in your life, probably ever.
Who the instigator of all of that is.
Look, Betty's like,
so again, sit back. I got this.
If you're gonna bring it,
I promise you.
I
got this. So everybody just calm the F down. That's all I'm saying.
I think you should take your own advice, ma'am.
Crystal Rogers is a mother of 5 beautiful kids.
God, who is that? Betty. Betty, do you not use the same? Why does she look? I'm not even, I'll tell you what, even I'm not this mean. I was getting ready to ask a question, hand to God. I'm not going to ask it because, like I said, even I'm not that mean. But I was actually going to ask, who is that? That doesn't even look like the same person that we just saw. Betty, that look, everything pulled off your face and tightly pulled back. No. Nope. That's not your best look.
That went missing on the July 4th weekend in 2000.
Is that her sexy time voice? What is that? Is that her? Oh.
2015.
I don't want to talk about her with those people on the screen, so I'm going to move it right on. Okay, the next timestamp I rolled
that they did.
Minutes, so okay, let's see where this goes. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I guess it's a little late, but better late than never. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, education, and research. Oh, and a bunch of other shit that I'm not remembering. Fair use is, I always flub the last part. Whatever. It's might otherwise be prohibited, but because of this statute, it's not.
So there you guys have it. That's going to be going into our a segment today. So there is some questions here, and I'm going to go ahead and clear this up for everybody.
Oh
that's
boy, here we
listening. So
go.
you guys
She's
can go ahead
taking
and
her
click
glasses off. She's winding up in that seat. Oh, Betty, do you know what we used to say to Ernie Shell when he did that? Betty, don't grind in your seat. It's not becoming. Don't do that.
Let me just explain something here.
No.
Kiera is under criminal investigation.
Oh, let me guess. Is this about the young girl? Hi, Dizzy's Dimension. Hey, Brianna. Anybody who came in, I'm over in the other window. So if I did not say hello, I apologize. And when I pop back over here, I'm going to say hi. Hello, Chronicles. How are you? MGA Missouri. How are you? Hey, Laura. How are you? Somebody else. Oh, Road Rash. How are you? Gma AF. Cheyenne 2. Liza Rowe. Hey, Liza. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, I'm popping back over to that window. Yeah, Betty, you got to stop doing that. That like winding up, grinding. Oh, hi, Bob. Oh God, hold on. Let me turn her back on. I got to let the dog in. He can't figure it out. I turned the gate the wrong way. Oh, it looks like he's in jail. Okay, never mind.
Okay, into the disappearance of Layla Santinello. She's not cooperating with law enforcement. And so I put videos out to show her lack of cooperation with law enforcement.
How does Betty know any of what she is saying right now? Because I'm sorry, unless law enforcement has come out and publicly said this, I don't take anything that she says as any kind of fact or truth, because I wish I could remember the exact quote that someone said in this chat one time, and it was not that long ago. And it was something to the effect of, people who are not the brightest bulbs in the chandelier will listen to someone like Betty because she speaks with great authority. But just because she speaks with authority, it does not mean that one word of what she is saying is true. Because here's what I find very difficult to believe. I do not believe for 1 minute that law enforcement is keeping Betty in the loop. Why do you think she hates SF Investigates so much? I mean, I'm sure it's, well, because number one, because she hates everybody. She's jealous of everyone. Anyone who's accomplished anything more than she has, which pretty much leaves it wide open for, oh, I don't know, a whole lot of people. But I don't believe for 1 minute that they are sharing any information with her that is not being shared. Why would they? Listen, just let's use a little bit of common sense here. If you don't think that everywhere this fucking menace goes to play citizen insert job here, if you don't think that they have been apprised of her, I promise you they have. And I'm sure this is no exception. So any place she puts her big ass, law enforcement already knows about her. And if they don't, well, listen, this is becoming so common, not people that are, as fucking delusional and extreme in their self-proclaimed careers as her, I hope. But it's becoming, the whole like social media genre is becoming so much, and the true crime, it's so popular and becoming such a thing with so many people that, of course, law enforcement doesn't have to be told. When they see someone, can you imagine, just use your common sense here. Can you imagine whatever it is that your profession is, whatever you do for a living? Can you imagine if some dipshit comes rolling up to your office one day, or, wherever you happen to work, and is full of self-importance and, oh, gee, I just want to tell you I'm here in the area. I'm working on a case. I mean, can you hear it all now? I can. I could probably write the script for it. We've listened to so much of her fucking insanity. And that's my opinion, Betty. In my opinion, you don't sound well. But just picture somebody coming to you that you know is not, if you think for 1 minute that if she does give law enforcement, and something tells me she probably does, just pop on in to say hi. Hi, I'm going to be in the area working a case. I mean, she would say, I'm sure the second thing she says is she introduces her alter ego. Oh yes, I'm world famous. I have a world famous YouTube channel. It's called Bullhorn Betty. If you don't think that they're, listen, law enforcement, they deal with criminals and nut jobs every day, all day. That's what they do. If you don't think they can see somebody coming a mile away, I mean, let's get real here. Do you not think that when she walks out of the building, she's probably got her stack of flyers? I mean, and I don't even have a problem with the flyers. I think that's where it should start and end, flyers. Or looking. I mean, if law enforcement doesn't care about her tromping around in the woods looking, look away. Look the rest of your life. Call yourself whatever you want. I don't give a shit. But when she starts interfering, what she is doing is interfering. That is what she is doing. She is pissed because that girl, how dare her, she defied her. And she said, fuck you, Betty. You're not going to take my private video, which, by the way, I haven't even seen. I don't know a thing about it. But that's Betty's problem with her. She stood up to her. And she said, no, you're not going to take my material and take it as your own. So do not believe her wanting to, just because she speaks with authority, like she knows what she's talking about. You know, look, the best poker players, I promise you she doesn't play poker. But if she did, she'd suck and she wouldn't play long because she couldn't afford to. She has no game face. And only excessively stupid people would just take everything she says as some kind of fact.
And the fact that a PI under SF Investigates is intentionally interfering and thwarting an ongoing investigation.
Hey, asshole. He is working in conjunction with law enforcement. Just because you're jealous as hell that he is accomplished and licensed in multiple states. Yeah, remember when she said, he's not licensed. Yeah, except he was. She's jealous. And if I think back to when I remember her little war of, one, I think she fired the opening shot at SF on Twitter because she's hateful and jealous. And he gave her the smackdown like the fucking weirdo that she is. Because I promise you, that's how he looks at her. He looks at her as a fucking flunky wannabe who wants to hold herself out as being the level that he is. And she is not. And that's her problem with him. And he dared to tell her, fuck you. And so from then on, it's been game on.
That the Kingsport Police Department is running. So when I started to expose this.
Well, what does that make you? What's that make you, Bets? if he is a licensed PI, who, by the way, is certified via the certifying bodies in certain types of searches. I know he's a licensed pilot of a certain type of aircraft. I believe he's got drone pilot certification as well. Betty, you got all that? So what does that make you? Because what the fuck are you certified in besides being a Royal Class A? See you next Tuesday. What's the governing body for that? Just wondering.
This Kiera, again, the suspect in an ongoing criminal investigation.
Kiera, I tell you what, I don't know anything about you. I gave you a little advice a short while ago. I'm going to give you some more. And maybe somebody in the chat can tell me, has law enforcement declared her a suspect in this case? Last I heard, this was a missing persons case. So if what she said right there is factually inaccurate, I would serve this wretched cow, mad cow, this wretched mad cow. I'd serve her with another lawsuit, because if that is not true, that is absolutely defamation, slander.
Investigation into a missing girl named Layla Santinello. She chose to attack me and try to bring down my channel.
No. You attacked her. Hey, Mystery, how are you? I'm looking at my phone right now. You got, hey, Hazel Eyes. I'm telling you, that right there, if that girl has not been declared by law enforcement exactly what she just said, that girl's got a case against her.
Now, mind you, SF Investigates is associated with Queen Bee and that whole network of people.
What the fuck is she talking about? I have never seen SF Investigates on her channel. I have never heard her mention, outside of possibly something going on in YouTube, and even that I don't remember. You are in a fantasy world where you think that just because you say it, that makes it so. Prove it. Prove it.
Including Burnt Toast, which again are people that I'm alleging in a complaint that is doing a lot of terrible things to me.
How about you? What about the terrible things that you do? How about that? Who's going to hold you accountable? All those people you just named, you know what I've never seen any of them do? I've never seen any of them get in their car, drive hundreds of miles off the dimes of their subs to then go have some kind of white trash extended tailgate party, screaming killer and murderer. And let me just clear something up here, because I'm starting to hear whisperings of this. Well, she was right about Leilani, wasn't she? You know what? We don't know yet. We know what law enforcement said, and I take her out of it. She can't even get her fucking hair right. You think she's solving a murder? So, in case anyone has forgotten here, we don't pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of fucking bull scorn, bullshit, bitch hole. This is not the world according to Betty. So while most of us believe that yes, Leilani Simon is guilty and did kill that sweet baby, but she still gets a trial. And we're in big trouble in this country if people, and some of whom I think are pretty smart, seem to think that some kind of citizen vigilante justice system. You want this one right here? You want her judging you? I don't. And it's not my job to call her guilty of anything. And I wouldn't. But just because you say that you are something, that doesn't make you that. And you have done far more egregious shit than anybody you're talking about. And look, this right here, this is only a very small part of her lawsuit. There's at least double this amount of paper in her lol suit. Well, what the fuck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You don't seem to know the difference between pleadings and briefing, as you've been told. I mean, now is the time. This is the suit. All you've been able to do is throw some names around and some crazy accusations of some kind of conspiracy. Concert of action. What's hilarious is, I promise you, well, I'm going to hold off on that. It just, we have yet to see her say on January 4th at or around blah blah time, QB had me under, surveillance in concert of action with. If you wanted to sue all these other people who you are claiming are in a conspiracy, like this is a fucking YouTube RICO case, well, if that's what you wanted to do, you should have had them on the initial pleadings, the filing. Why did you not name them? And I'm not saying that I think she should. Not at all. But if she believes that, well, then why weren't they on there? Oh, well, I can think of at least a couple reasons.
And my channel. So I have a question. Instead of asking me why I am pissed off at this little girl for engaging in these kinds of tactics, maybe you need to ask, why is she trying to silence me? And why she...
Because you're a psycho-acting bitch? I mean, I'd be pretty freaked out by you if, oh God, there you go. There's Betty right there. Couldn't have paused it at a better place. And you act like a damn lunatic. Do you hear yourself? Do you see yourself? You are running around like you have some authority over people. You don't. You don't even have authority over your hair. But you think you get to tell people after you steal their private material and take it as your own? That's why you got struck. Had nothing to do with JLR or Queen Bee or anybody else. Ooh, CNN News is in the house. Is it a slow news day, CNN? Welcome.
feels when she refuses to even talk to law enforcement, why she feels engaging in these types of tactics is good for her.
It's none of your business. Stick to nailing flyers on telephone poles and doing foot searches in the woods. Leave the heavy lifting and the intelligence to the people that are qualified to do that. And that girl is not accountable to you in any capacity whatsoever.
So maybe instead of listening to what these people are trying to make you believe, you look at the facts of the case, and you will finally see that this is a silence campaign for me to keep my mouth shut about that little girl not cooperating with law enforcement and her weird behavior after that. And the fact,
Do you why and what why would it matter? Why would it matter? You have no authority over her or anyone else for that matter. So why would we need a campaign to silence you where that's concerned? You act like if law enforcement doesn't want to put pressure on her, like they can't do it. And they're damn sure in a better position to do it than you are. I mean, are you serious right now? Like, because unlike you, she could tell you all about yourself and tell you get fucked 6 ways to Sunday and call it a day. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And at least with law enforcement, people tend to be a little more, even when that is their right to do that. But people tend to have a little bit more fear, trepidation with law enforcement and, possible things that law enforcement can do to aid them in an investigation. Betty, do you have subpoena power? Can you get into electronic record? Can you do all that kind of stuff? Yeah, no.
that I find it quite odd that George, Brittany, and SF Investigates are actually protecting her from.
That is her father, you piece of shit. Do you hear yourself? What the fuck is wrong with you? My God, that is that little girl's dad. That is Layla Santinello's father. If he wants to protect that girl, what business is it of yours? It's his daughter that's missing. You gonna tell us you care more than he does? You need help. You need help. And a good place to start, you ought to learn your place.
Cooperating with law enforcement. Now, these are people that have wish lists for Nova Grace with Hollister gift cards on it and diapers.
Are you serious right now? This is where you're going to go. I'd buy them a Hollister gift card before I'd buy you a fucking big gulp. You have got such fucking issues, Betty. Like, I don't know what they are. Thank God. But I've never seen anybody quite like her. Like, when I tell you I don't get this, I mean, I don't get it. Maybe it's because the only way that I can rationalize this kind of behavior is to say that because she's never had children and I don't want to hear about her fucking ex-husband's grandkids. They're not her grandkids. And something tells me she's probably not seen them since that, since he probably had the second luckiest day of his life and got, the ink dried on that divorce decree. But all I can think is that because she has not had children, she cannot appreciate how incredibly vile and, I mean, like, I've never seen somebody with she has no respect, care, or even understanding of the boundaries that she is just stepping all over, trampling. She doesn't even recognize them. And if you don't recognize them, then how do you know you're? But to sit there and act like, as some fucking weirdo YouTuber, she cares more and has more standing to speak on anything at all involving this case. It, like, I just can't. I am. It's just, it's so gross. It's just so gross. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not a shitbag like Betty. I just cannot fathom taking a video that I did not myself create. However it came into her possession, okay? However, I don't know enough about this to speak on any of the particulars, but I just can't imagine, like, if someone personally reached out to me and said, hi, that is, that video that's my work product. I took that. And I really do not want it out on the internet. Can you imagine? You can be sure I don't have to have been privy to the conversation to know how that probably went. But I'm sure Betty told her, get fucked. I'll do whatever I want. I'm Bullhorn Betty. I'm just not that person. Like, if someone ever said to me, whether it was here on YouTube or out in the real world, whatever the case was. Oh, well, I can tell you what. Hey, Ellie. Hi, Boho Maze. Welcome. That's a new name. Do y'all remember when I did something, which, in hindsight, here's the deal. When you think you know everything and you are not receptive to any kind of criticism, constructive or otherwise, this is who you are. You're Betty. You're stuck in neutral at I think she's got a teenage mentality and disposition. I used to say like 9th or 10th grade. I think I'm downgrading that. But I did something. It's been a few months ago. And somebody said to me, oh, I saw this on another channel. It was really funny. You should try it. And basically what it was, I went and got public database mugshots. And the idea was, I hate to call it a game because looking back in hindsight, it was an absolute judgment error on my part. Okay. So at the time, what I called it was a game. And I swear to you, I had no malice. It wasn't even my idea. Someone suggested it. I was like, oh, that could be hilarious. And that's what I did. I went to a public database and I got, I tried to get men, women, different ages. And I picked, it had to catch my eye for some reason, whether it was what they did, how many times they'd been arrested, blah, blah, blah. And that's what we did. And somebody reached out to me and said, Hi, I've been watching you for quite a while, and I normally always love your content, but I have to tell you, I thought this, I couldn't believe that you did this, and a lot of us on here have had, you know, trouble in our lives. We've had struggles. We've been arrested more than once because, I gave my little story. And now if I was Betty and that it actually, that live it had a decent amount of views. It had, it's like my channel has been steadily picking up traction, and I don't believe me. If I've got the formula, I'm aware of how if I wanted to just really make it blow up, I think I could. And when I say really blow up, please keep it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean like, you know, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast. No, I'm not talking about that. But if I was Betty, I would have said, yeah, well, fuck you. I don't care what you think. Did I ask your opinion? This is my show. I do what I want. It's public information. Anybody can go to the database. Blah, 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 blah. You know exactly what she would have said. Well, I immediately privated the live immediately. And then I thought about it. I replied to that person and I said, I'm glad you reached out to me, and I'm glad that you, and they were very nice about it. They were not nasty. But it was a real eye opener for me because I hadn't considered. I have to take Betty down. Y'all, my head feels like it's gonna explode. I'm like, now I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to get angry because she's pissing me off, and that's when I have to stop talking about her. Because believe me, I'm still holding myself back. I've never given her both barrels, and I don't want to, because I don't want that to be. And yeah, I'm getting to the point where there's no more humor left in me with it. Now I'm just straight up angry because as a parent, and it doesn't matter how old your kids are your kids, no matter how old they are. And for me as a mother to have to sit and listen to that fucking sanctimonious weirdo bitch sit up here and be, well, mystery, that's good. That just makes us normal, girl. It makes me furious. It enrages me. It makes me hurt for them. And I know very little about this case, and that's by design. Listen, y'all, I was not lying when I said the other day. I've said it several times. But when I came to YouTube, I thought I was coming here and doing true crime. I didn't realize that what happened to true crime is filled with a bunch of fucking criminals. And for the first time in my life, well, not my life, but for the first time since I was in middle school, I don't even want to watch it, really, because of people like her. Because if that is what is, and listen, I know there's a lot of really good true crime content creators. I know that. And if I could go back and do some things differently, I of course I would. I would think anybody would. This place is a steep learning curve, and I just feel so strongly about. I don't think it's I don't think it's an accident that she's in true crime. You figure out for yourself what that means. But to hear her, and I don't think she cares about one fucking thing in this world. I don't think she's got it in her, quite frankly. I think everything is a means to an end for her. And, this is her well, it beats a job, doesn't it? I mean, if I was her, yeah, I wouldn't want to have to set an alarm clock and go to work at Taco Bell or wherever they would take her. I mean, can you imagine if you're a business owner, what would you do with her resume? And I don't mean, all her pretend careers. I mean the part where, you have to say, shit, I haven't seen a job application in so many years, but I'm pretty sure it used to say, have you ever been convicted of a felony? And then they started changing that language. And I believe they now ask something along the lines of, have you ever been arrested? Have you been convicted? Blah, blah, blah. But it grinds my gears and it's got nothing to do with money. Listen, I'm not trying to get in anybody's wallet. I don't care if you make $1 million on here. I don't care if you make no dollars on here. It doesn't matter to me. It's not about the money. But that's all it's about for her. And I just, as a parent, to watch someone who's never been a parent think that she has the authority, the standing, the experience, anything like that. Can you imagine those parents? And I see her like, well, I probably shouldn't comment on that. I'll leave that for another time. But yeah, like I can't talk about her anymore. And as far as her stupid ass lawsuit goes, listen, if she comes with something that anyone can understand, I'll talk about it. I'll review it. Hey, Kathy P. Kathy P, I hope you went to the doctor. You better have. And it's like every day it's a new. I had no intention of talking about her when I came in here. And I often wonder if truly when I get far enough away from it, like when I walk out of my office, I'm going to go walk my dog. I'm going to make myself something to eat. I'm probably going to go run up to the store. And I'm not watching YouTube for the rest of the night or the day, whatever it is, late afternoon. When I can look at it from further out, because like she infuriates me. I can't stand looking at her face. I hate her fucking voice. It's like it's what's inside of her that is the ugliest. That's the ugliest thing about her, is what's on the inside. And that's the part that only she can, and I don't even know if she can. but the rational part of me, the thinking part of me, I tend to think that, oh, she's got, hi, Annie. How are you? 6 people. Well, are they my 6 people? That was the funniest thing ever. Her highlighting a comment from Mike Stevens that said, say hi to Lisa's people or something. I don't have any people. But after I laughed, I thought to myself, yeah, you better send them a thank you note, bitch, because if you didn't have them in there, you'd have 6. Oh, Remy, it's interesting because that's what I was asking myself. How many subs is she going to get in this emergency monetizing the second channel? Yeah, where are those 23,996 people that love her so much? All those subs. Yeah. That was what was going to be the most interesting to me when she had to go to the backup channel. But in all reality, I can tell you that the worst thing that could happen to Betty is for all of us to stop talking about her. That's the worst thing we can do to Betty, because Betty needs this and loves this. It's her oxygen. That I promise you. She has never in her life had eyes on her like this. She's never been able to hold the attention of probably even 6 people. With what? What would she, so all her bad behavior and her meltdowns. Now, listen, I don't think that she is quite bright enough or strategic enough or in control of herself enough or well enough to orchestrate all of that. Because I have considered that as well. Like, is this all an act? But I think we've got enough of a baseline for Betty that no, Betty really does have no self-control. You can see it. You can see it physically come over her. She gets that, her, like my dog that had an underbite. She gets that going. The eyes go real dark. She starts doing that. Even when she's at that fucking podium at the Manatee Board of County Commissioners meeting, she's doing this the whole time she's at the podium. She's swaying back and forth. It's like a nervous, self-soothing thing because she's getting wound up. You can hear it in her voice. And I think I'm finally at the place where I agree with a lot of the comments I've seen y'all leaving, and all not in my comment section. I'm talking about everybody else's comment section, because I'm just like everybody else. I go everywhere. I'm in the bushes. I'm front row. I'm in the comments. Even if I don't leave a comment, I read lots of comments, and the overwhelming majority of comments that I see on anybody who talks about her or covers her go a little something like this. She's spiraling, and choo-choo, the karma train is starting to pick up speed, and it is rolling. It's starting to, and I agree. I think she's caring less about the meltdowns. She's back to vaping on camera. She's looking legit, like unhinged. Oh, CNN News. I'm assuming this is a rhetorical question. And you know what? Here's the good news. The answer is no. There's no way in hell she's done that. She's not woman enough to do that. She's too wildly insecure. Betty cannot admit fault ever. It's why she has to pretend that she knows everything. It's why she loses her shit if anyone tries to correct her, tries to give constructive criticism, because she's fucking wildly insecure. She can't handle that. Her ego can't take it. But here's the beauty of it. No, she has not. And even if she did, something tells me that he's got it in his little dossier. I don't think JLR is a forgive and forget kind of guy. And boy, she really shot herself in the foot with that one, didn't she? I mean, that should tell you something about the general feeling of goodwill where she's concerned, or lack thereof. People like me. I'm getting ready to get my pom-poms out. JLR. JLR. Yes. I mean, if someone said pick one. No choice. No, like hands down. I'm not even stopping to think about it. Because one is very methodical and seems to, at least in large part, move in silence and shadows until it's time to pop out. And that's just my guess based on what I've seen. And one is having multiple public meltdowns daily, multiple meltdowns multiple times a day. So I mean, I don't know. I just love it. And I concur with all those thoughts that I've seen, that, you know, that I think she's going to start reaping what she's sown on here. I mean, look at her life. She's probably already reaped that part. But I see a change. I see a change in her. You know, when you're somebody who, and this is just my layperson opinion, but you know, I'm 10 years older than her, so I've been around longer. When you're someone who pretty much is a facade, well, you can only bullshit your way for so long. And Betty, I for one never said that you were going to get laughed out of court the first day you went in court. Of course not. There's a process. And even the biggest idiot out there can figure out that answer the next answer, the answer to the answer to the answer. I mean, it can, listen, there's been many pro se litigants a lot smarter than you are, that are dumber than you are. Trust me, you will, and mark my words, I'll buy you a car of your choice if you win this lawsuit. Okay, so just, you know, I wouldn't get don't get too, too busy picking colors and whatnot, because you will never, ever, ever beat a real lawyer. And, just ask yourself, kind of like, what was his name? Charlie Sheen. Remember when he was all like fucking going off the deep end? And just because Charlie Sheen ran around saying, winning, winning, I'm winning. No, he was anything but winning. He was losing big time, his mind, part of it. Yeah. Betty's not winning either. So just because she screams loudly, I thought you were going to say living well is the best revenge. And that truly is the best revenge. Facts. But yeah, there's just going to come a point when I'm going to have to, I don't know. I had no intention of speaking on her today. I really didn't. I was going to do, if you'd been able to hear me speaking in that video this morning, I was like, I don't give a damn. It's taken me 1,000 takes. I'm putting it up. I don't care if you can hear me or not. But yeah, I had no plans on talking about her. I didn't know what I was really just going to wing it. I was just going to read the chat, and it always goes somewhere. And I've told you guys 1,000 times, I promise you, I can I can read the weather and we'll make it funny. It's just what sucks is that she kind of lends herself to my hold on 1 minute. Okay, she kind of lends herself to my natural talent. But I'm going to I need to go. I need to take the dog out. I need to chitty chat with my husband for a minute. I saw him going across the kitchen. I don't know if he's leaving. Today's Saturday, so I don't know. Sunday. Let me just look real quick at my schedule for now. Oh, I think I got a lot of shit going on next week. Hold on. Well, Thursday I know. Oh God, Thursday I have a hair appointment. Thank God. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm good Monday. Oh, okay. No, I only have just Thursday is no good for me next week. So I may come in here tomorrow, but I kind of doubt it. But if not tomorrow, Monday, and vice versa. All right, I'm going to take the dog out. I need to go too. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was fun. And I am going to check my email, and I'm going to email Zen about a live tarot reading. And Willow said that he emailed me, and I'm hoping that we can, because I think Willow and I, oh God, well, we could either get arrested together or no. And it's not, and if we do something together, we are not talking about Betty. That is my first ground rule. That's we'll talk. But that's a nope, nobody. All right, kids. I'm gonna leave you. And since you listened to the opening 3 times this morning, I'm not going to subject you to it on the back end. Plus, I've really got to go to the bathroom and I got to get the dog out. So, all right. I hope y'all have a good Saturday night. Be safe. And thank you, mods. Yes, Bob, I'm coming right now. He's like, God, I already told you once before. This is your last warning. Okay, I'm coming. I promise. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. And I will see you very soon. Bye. Okay, Pumpkin.